I know why you're excited. It's President's Day weekend, and it's a good time to reflect how far we've come from our first president who said, "I cannot tell a lie." And you know, I know it's fun to watch the wheels come off the Trump car until we remember we're riding in the back. That it's not so fucking fun anymore. And as usual, you know, there's the circus that happens every week, the distractions that take us away from knowing what's really important, which is there is an unprecedented state of crisis in this country. There is. The National Security Advisor, Michael Flynn, resigned because of his illegal contacts with Russia. I know the president would like to say that's fake news. That's not fake news. This is the most serious political scandal we've ever had in the United States. And now the question turns to how deep was the involvement of President Trump, or as Russia calls him, Agent Orange. And what is going on in this country is the intelligence agencies are leaking like crazy because they are trying to send a desperate message that this is not just a different kind of president, as the Republican enablers like. He's a different kind of president. He's sweet. No, he's fucking nuts and he's dangerous, and they know it. They know it, and they're trying to tell us that. You know what makes the intelligence agencies go nuts? Scenes like this from Mar-a-Lago this last weekend when he was with the Japanese prime minister and they got news at dinner that the North Koreans had launched a missile. So Trump thought he would, you know, just handle it at dinner in an open-air restaurant. He's with the Japanese prime minister. They probably handle intelligence briefings like they do at their steakhouses, right there at your table. Yeah, this is crazy shit. And yet, foreign heads of state keep coming to America as if it's normal. As if things are not. Netanyahu from Israel was here this week, and you know, Trump doesn't know anything. That's the other little bad part about him. They asked him about the two-state solution. He said, "It works for me and Melania." And then Justin Trudeau, where are my Canadians here? I know they're a Canadian. They're small but enthusiastic. But he came here and sat down with the president. You know, he had that same look on his face that all the leaders have, like, oh, fuck. And I'm sure it came up that they have floated, seriously, in the White House, Sarah Palin as the first ambassador. Not the first, the last ambassador to Canada, which I'm sure Trudeau takes more as a threat. Sarah Palin, ambassador. The first ambassador in history to require a security deposit. No, that's what they do. They love these distractions. Look at crazy Sarah Palin over here. Meanwhile, they're doing this shit like the Senate confirmed just today Scott Pruitt to be head of the Environmental Protection Agency. Scott Pruitt is a man who despises the Environmental Protection Agency. So it's less like public service and more like community service. This is a guy who is completely in the tank for the extraction industry. That's how they roll. The new head of the APA is completely in the tank with the oil and the coal. That's how Republicans work with Donald Trump. While you're watching the clown screw the pony, they're breaking into your car. Just remember that. Now, in other cabinet news, Andy Puzner is out. That sounds like something somebody says to you when your fly is open. Hey, Andy Puzner is out. No, he was the anti-labor guy they put up to be labor secretary. And now they're putting up a guy Alexander Acosta, I have no idea how this guy slipped through because he's qualified and Hispanic. So it's going to be a very tough confirmation process and an even tougher border patrol. And then there was the press conference. Did you see Donald Trump's press conference? Press conference, an impromptu 77-minute brain fart. What it was. I mean, you know your Facebook friend who said he thought Trump was Hitler? He was optimistic. Actually, what we have here is a mental patient who thinks he's Hitler. The kid in the YouTube video who's high from the dentist made more sense. It was... And of course it was this long, whiny little bitchy airing of grievances against the press and the courts and the Democrats and Hillary, just this nonstop pissing and moaning and pissing and moaning. There's less pissing and moaning when he's with his Russian hooker. And then, in the middle of it, he says the White House is running like a fine-tuned machine. Yeah, specifically a Samsung Galaxy.